What if I told you that in the next few minutes, you'll learn a secret so powerful that it will change every conversation you have for the rest of your life? Nikola Tesla, the genius who gave us electricity, discovered something even more shocking than alternating current. He found a way to see directly into the human soul using just 3 simple questions. No psychology degree needed. No mind-reading tricks.
Just 3 questions that will make people reveal truths about themselves they've never told anyone. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what those questions are and how to use them. But I'm warning you right now, once you learn this, you can't unlearn it. You'll start seeing people for who they really are, not who they pretend to be. Are you ready for that kind of power?
Then keep watching, because what you're about to discover will completely transform the way you understand everyone around you. Nikola Tesla, one of history's most brilliant minds, understood something profound about human nature. This man who literally illuminated the world with his inventions also shed light on how we can truly see into the souls of those around us. Tesla wasn't just a scientist and inventor, he was a deep observer of human behavior, someone who understood that the simplest approaches often yield the most powerful results. Before we dive into these 3 transformative questions, let's understand why they work. Most people go through life wearing masks, presenting versions of themselves they think the world wants to see. We've all done it. We curate our social media profiles, we polish our resumes, we tell people we're fine when we're falling apart inside. But when someone asks us the right question in the right way, something remarkable happens. The mask slips, the truth emerges. And in that moment of genuine human connection, we reveal who we truly are. Tesla believed that genius wasn't about having all the answers, but about asking the right questions. He once said that the day science begins to study non-physical phenomena, it will make more progress in 1 decade than in all the previous centuries of its existence. This philosophy extended to his understanding of people. He knew that to truly know someone, you don't need to be a mind reader, you need to be a masterful questioner. So what are these 3 questions? They're deceptively simple, yet incredibly revealing. The first question is this: what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? This question cuts through all the noise, all the excuses, all the self-imposed limitations that we pile on ourselves every single day. When you ask someone this question, watch what happens. Their eyes might light up. They might pause and really think. They might reveal dreams they've never told another soul. This question reveals a person's true desires, their authentic self that exists beneath the layers of practicality and fear. Someone might be working a job they hate, but when you ask them what they'd do if failure wasn't an option, suddenly they're telling you about the novel they want to write, the business they dream of starting, the world they want to travel. You're seeing their soul, not their circumstances. Tesla himself embodied this principle. He pursued ideas that others called impossible. He worked on inventions that conventional wisdom said couldn't be done. When he envisioned wireless transmission of electricity across vast distances, people thought he was mad. But Tesla wasn't concerned with the possibility of failure. He was driven by the vision of what could be. This question reveals whether the person sitting across from you is living their truth or just surviving their reality. The second question goes even deeper. What breaks your heart? This might seem like an odd question to ask someone you're trying to understand, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools for seeing into someone's character. What breaks a person's heart reveals what they value most. It shows you their moral compass, their empathy, their connection to the world around them. Some people will tell you their heart breaks when they see injustice. Others will speak about animals suffering or children going hungry. Some will talk about environmental destruction or the loneliness of the elderly. Whatever their answer, you're getting a direct window into their value system. You're learning what matters to them when all the pretense is stripped away.
Tesla's heart broke when he saw waste and inefficiency. He was devastated by the thought of natural resources being squandered when he knew better solutions existed. This drove much of his work on alternating current and renewable energy sources. He couldn't stand idly by, knowing that humanity had the potential to do better.
When you know what breaks someone's heart, you understand what will drive them to action, what will keep them up at night, and what battles they'll fight even when success seems impossible.
The third question completes the picture. How do you want to be remembered? This question forces people to confront their legacy, their impact, the mark they want to leave on this world. It's not about ego or fame, it's about purpose. When someone tells you how they want to be remembered, they're telling you what they believe their life should stand for.
Some people want to be remembered as good parents, as loyal friends, as people who made others laugh. Some want to be remembered for their contributions to their field, for changes they made in their community, for the lives they touched. The answer to this question reveals a person's deepest sense of purpose and whether they're currently living in alignment with that purpose. Tesla wanted to be remembered as someone who advanced human civilization, who made life better and easier for everyday people. He wasn't motivated by wealth or recognition, though he certainly desired acknowledgement for his work. He was motivated by a vision of a world transformed by technology that served humanity's highest good. Near the end of his life, when he died alone in a New York hotel room, he might have seemed like a failure to those who measured success by material wealth, but history remembers him as one of the greatest inventors who ever lived, exactly as he hoped. Now, here's the critical part that most people miss. Asking these questions is only half the equation. The real skill lies in how you ask them and how you listen to the answers. You can't rush into someone's space and demand these intimate revelations. You have to create safety. You have to demonstrate genuine curiosity, not interrogation. You have to listen not just to their words, but to what lies beneath them. When someone answers, don't jump in with your own story or your advice. Just listen. Notice their body language. Pay attention to what makes them animated and what makes them retreat. The pauses are just as important as the words. Sometimes what someone doesn't say tells you more than what they do. Tesla understood the power of observation. He would often sit in cafes or parks watching people, studying patterns of behavior, noticing details that others overlooked. This same attention to detail that made him a brilliant inventor also made him remarkably perceptive about human nature. These three questions work because they bypass our defenses. We all have rehearsed answers for common questions. Where do you work? What do you do for fun? Where did you grow up? We can answer these on autopilot, but questions about our dreams, our heartbreaks, and our legacy require us to think, to feel, to access parts of ourselves we don't usually share with strangers, or even with people we've known for years. The beauty of this approach is that it works in any context. Whether you're on a first date trying to determine compatibility, interviewing someone for a job, building a new friendship, or trying to reconnect with someone you've known for years, these questions cut through superficiality and get to the truth of who someone is. But there's an important warning here. With great power comes great responsibility. When someone opens up to you in this way, when they share their authentic self, you have a moral obligation to treat that vulnerability with respect. Don't use these insights to manipulate or harm. Don't betray the trust that someone extends when they answer honestly. Use this knowledge to build genuine connections, to understand and support the people in your life, to create relationships based on authenticity rather than illusion.
Tesla himself was often taken advantage of by people who didn't share his values, business partners who stole his ideas, investors who used his brilliance for their own gain, rivals who claimed credit for his innovations. He learned the hard way that not everyone deserves access to your authentic self. So while these questions can reveal someone's mind to you, exercise wisdom in choosing who you share your own truth with.
The real magic happens when these questions become a two-way street, when you're willing to answer them as openly as you ask them, when you create a space where both people can be vulnerable, honest, and real. That's when you move beyond simply reading someone's mind and into the realm of true human connection. Think about the relationships in your life right now. How many of them are built on this kind of authentic understanding? How many people truly know what you would do if you couldn't fail, what breaks your heart, and how you want to be remembered? And how many people do you know at that level? Most of us, if we're honest, have to admit that even our closest relationships often remain at a more superficial level than we'd like to admit. This is your invitation to change that, to go deeper, to ask better questions, to really see the people around you and allow yourself to be seen. The mind you're trying to read might just read yours in return, and that mutual understanding is where real magic happens.
Nikola Tesla left us with more than inventions and patents. He left us with a way of seeing the world that combines rigorous scientific inquiry with profound human insight. He showed us that the same curiosity we apply to understanding the physical world can and should be applied to understanding each other.
So the next time you want to truly know someone, remember these 3 questions. Ask them with genuine curiosity, listen with an open heart, and prepare to discover depths in people you never knew existed. Because everyone has a story, everyone has dreams, and everyone has something that breaks their heart. When you take the time to discover these truths, you're not just reading someone's mind, you're honoring their humanity. And in doing so, you honor your own.